All right, welcome to PGA National, Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. The Florida Swing is underway on the PGA Tour. It's the Cognizant Classic of the Palm Beaches. New sponsor, new name. Kevin Sylvester is an old hat at this. I mean, you used to work this back in the day when it was like the old whatever classic.
Yes, 2014 was the first time here at PGA National, and that was actually a tournament Tiger first hurt his back. Remember in the third round? Yes, so, I mean, that makes me old. I mean, it means I've worked here long enough, not as long as you've worked for the tour, but it's good. It's always great to be here, and we have a little wind, Doug, which we always have at PGA National, and the bear trap is always an issue on Sunday with the wind, so this year's isn't going to be any different when it comes to that. New name, still a tough golf course, but a really good field.
It's a great field. Rory's back, first time in 4 years, which is terrific, and all the signage around here has his picture, so I hope he shows up. 7:40 Thursday morning off number 10. You know, I remember, Kev, I was here in 2012, and Rory wins here, and Tiger shoots 62 on Sunday, and almost reels him in.
Yeah.
That was one of the most exciting finishes we've ever had here at PGA National, but nevertheless, yeah. Rory, Ricky, 144 guys, first full field event that we've had in a while. This is going to be a nice tournament.
Oh, it is going to be a great tournament here, and some players have had a little bit of a break too, so they're going to get their game in shape for. We've got the Arnold Palmer next week. We got the Players Championship coming up. The Florida Swing. So I think it's a big week here, and it's a great test of golf too. If you really want to see where your game's at, you play here, you'll find out for sure, because there's a lot of tough holes here at PGA National. 16 out of 18 holes, there's water.
And the wind right now, I would say it's a calm day. It's blowing about 20 miles an hour. That's typical of PGA National, right?
Yeah, it certainly is. And yeah, you're right. I mean, water is everywhere here.
Yeah.
And it really, you'll see a lot of discussion about clubs selection because of the wind and how to play different shots. Especially when you get down to the bear trap, the par 3 15th, such a tough hole. And then even 17, right? I mean, and they've, I don't want to say softened it a little bit, but they've moved that tee box over. Remember the back tee used to be way back there? It was all carry. Well, now there's a little bailout for it, but that green still, not a lot of depth to that, and that back bunker, you'll see players playing there on purpose or try to miss it left in that fairway cut, so they have a play there. And then the 18th hole. Whew. I mean, look at last year's finish. The playoff with Chris Kirk and Eric Cole, where Eric Cole came on the scene there.
And Chris hit the rocks and went in the water.
Yeah, incredible, right? And the way it finished in the playoff, Cole lips out. It's an exciting finish. Matter of fact, this is one of the great 18 holes on the PGA, the 18th.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
The finish off a golf tournament. There's so much that can happen on this hole here at PGA National on the 18th. It provides for great drama coming down the finish for the end, because you can have an eagle, a birdie, you can have a double bogey. Like there's so many things that can happen on the 18th.
You mentioned 17, the par 3, and again, I harken back. I was here on a Monday finish because of the weather, and it was Daniel Berger, local guy that nobody heard of at the time, against Padraig Harrington.
Yes.
And
2015?
Yes, and Harrington in the playoff hits it in the water. Wide open, door opens for Berger. He hits in the water at 17. Then, of course, Harrington went on to win.
He's playing this week, by the way.
And he's playing this week. Isn't that crazy?
52 years old. It's great to see him out there. He played last week in Mexico, made the cut on the weekend.
Yeah, still a good player.
He needs a knee replacement, but he's putting it off.
He's put that off for like 5 years.
Yes. So you kind of see him in that sprinter stance when he's looking at things, but a great guy to root for, Padraig Harrington.
And speaking of Irishmen, and we mentioned Rory, Shane Lowry lives literally 10 minutes down the road here on PGA Boulevard, and he's come close here a bunch. And it's a golf course where, double digits, if you get to 10 or 11 under, you can win this thing.
Yes.
That's Shane Lowry's kind of tournament.
I think you can win it at 8 under.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it's windy. It's interesting, the year he was runner-up when Sepp Straka won.
Yeah.
And if you remember, when he's playing the 18th hole,
the rain was coming down, man.
It was just like, it just poured on him, and it was one of those things where I think if I can remember the images of him kind of looking skyward, like, why now?
Right.
And Straka came in after him, right? Or maybe it was vice versa.
Sepp was right in front.
Okay.
And with the rain coming down, hit it up there inside 10 feet.
Right.
For an eagle putt, which was an incredible shot with the rain coming down. And then Shane, it was a deluge.
Right. Yes. And it's not like they could halted you in the final group.
Right.
Yeah. So just perhaps a little unlucky.
Yeah.
With the weather for Lowry that week. So you know this is one he wants to win.
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
it's close to home, so it'll be fun. And as you mentioned, it's the start of what should be an awesome Florida swing. The Arnold Palmer Invitational, the players, and then you go to Valspar. And it's amazing how many people are going to play at Valspar. Justin Thomas is committed. A lot of guys are going 3 weeks in a row after this week.
Well, part of it, I think, and many wondered how this was going to work with the schedule this year on the tour with the signature events, and Mexico was moved up from April to February. But here's what I think: with the season going from January to August, the fall points did not carry over. So I think you're seeing players play more, depending on their position. Like now, if you won, like if you're like Chris Kirk, the defending champion here, who won the Century, he got 700 FedEx Cup points for that. So he's in great position. But if you haven't performed as well, or maybe you didn't play a lot out west or whatever, you're going to play a lot because you need to accumulate points to get in that top 70, along with the top 125, second year for that. So I think you're going to see players play more because of, I guess, less time, if you will, to gain those points to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I saw Jake Knapp earlier today, Matthew Pavone, and Nick Dunlap, the 3 rookies who've won already this year. So who knows, maybe another rookie wins this week. Oh, by the way, Nick Dunlap, a Roll Tide, playing with Tua Tagovailoa in the Pro-Am. I got a Roll Tide from Tua today, Kev.
Nice.
How good is that?
I don't think it gets much better.
You're a
than
Buffalo
that.
Bills guy. I saw your guy a couple weeks ago, Josh Allen.
Josh, yes.
But he's this is the one Pro-Am he's not playing in.
Well, because he's a California guy, right?
Okay.
So, but I'll just say this: we do not want to see Josh playing in those Pro-Ams anymore.
You want him in the Super Bowl.
Bingo. We want him to not play Pebble. We want him to be in the Super Bowl, and then not play the following week at the Genesis because we want him at the parade.
I'm with you. All right, give me a pick. Pick to click this week. Give me a name out there. Who do you like?
Oh, wow.
You think, and I'll tell you, Lucas Glover, 100-1. And you only have to go, like you said, 8 or 9 under. Hasn't played great. He's played okay up to this point. This is his kind of course, ball striker's course. Lucas Glover.
Okay. I like Lucas Glover. I don't mind. I like Lowry. I'm going to go Shane Lowry.
Great pick. Great
course
pick.
for a course.
Yeah, I mean, Shane Lowry, one of these days he's going to bust the door down.
Oh, for sure.
And if he wins, he buys drinks for everybody.
Well, then we're going to stay.
Yeah, we got to root for
him. After. Clubhouse is a great scene here.
All right, Kev. We appreciate it. And wear sunblock. It's going to be like this all week.
I've already put it on.
All right, there you go. Thanks, guys.